both channels. Cool, good to go. I appreciate that, TDH. Thanks, mate. I'm only going to be here for about an hour to an hour and a half today, but it's more than I thought I'd be able to play, so better than nothing. How's it going? Will be all right? How's it going, mate? You all right? Bit of practice today. Got a match planned for tomorrow, which I'll live stream on my channel, providing nothing happens. It doesn't have to be cancelled or anything. How you doing, Ref? Good to see you. Russia. Because I've only got an hour. Ugh. Terrible. 3-1. He's asking for it. Hope everyone's good. Alright, let's get straight into it. On it today, that was just the first few balls, mate. We'll see. I haven't played since. Oh no, I played last night, but not on this table. I played in played at a different venue, Rocket Ronnie's, which is in Southampton. Alright, let's get straight into it though. See if I can get some clearances. Just got to get my charger for the scoreboards, and then we're all set. Good to go. Right. For any of you, safe trip. Any of you who are new to the channel, the game is English pool. Yeah, I'm basically just going to try and clear the table. Oh my god, the other score. Alright, I'll sort this in a sec. My remote control is in the other room, but I don't want to go in there because I realise I'm too long away from the table. All right, let's go. Okay, write down what colour you would play in the chat, reds or yellows. The usual start. What are you going for if you're at the table? Let's make this as interactive as possible. So if you were at the table right now, would you go reds or yellows? Again, I'm live on TikTok and YouTube. Much appreciate everyone who subs, follows, etc., etc. All right, so I think I've got to go yellows here. The first red is the issue. That's my first red, which is a difficult pot. Can't really see any other. Can't really play that. No, so I've got to go yellows. I think the worst 2 yellows on the table look really bad, but they actually have a ball that connects them to a pocket. So this yellow and this yellow are probably the 2 worst ones on the table. The first shot on yellows is probably, although a lot of people would play this, I'd be tempted to leave that and play this. So basically this ball and this ball, worst 2 yellows. However, if you pop that ball, you'd leave this ball into here. And if you pop that ball, you'd leave this ball into here. So they both have balls, this ball and this ball both lead to corner pockets. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's make this first shot, hopefully leave the cue ball here for this yellow in there. But this is the first shot of the day, so very missable. Like that. So pretend that went in. I wouldn't normally do that, but first frame. Just trying to pot some balls for now. Okay, so where are we now? Alright, so I rushed that one a little bit. I want to get rid of this one. The black's in a really bad place for this yellow, so I kind of want to be here for this yellow. And part of me wants to leave the cue ball where the yellow is. We'll see why in a sec. Careless, shouldn't be on the cushion there. Basically wanted to be there so I could play that and go around the back of this red here and then have a shot like that on this yellow. I still think I can, where I'm on the cushion, I'm probably going straight into the yellow here. If I avoid the red and avoid the yellow and end up here, happy days. Got a feeling I'm going to hit one of them though. Yeah, just stay there then. Okay, that'll do. Could have done with that stopping about an inch before then. Got to pick a spot. Almost impossible to not hit this or this. And really I need to be here. This is the spot I need to get to. So how do you get there? Hope to try and find this line. Here, here. If I can then come around the back of the black and end up here, happy days, but very difficult. No. Alright, let's just, no, I'll pop these balls and then we'll start again. Again, the first frame is always a practice. So, I'll keep score from there. How'd you get the balls in so clean? Oh, man. As you can see, I'm not. Score. So all this is doing is basically just helping me to remember how to play the game. Sometimes I'll just try and pop balls especially at the start of a practice session. Try not to put any pressure on at the start. Corner. Close. Right. Now we can start keeping score now. So I'm just going to grab a scoreboard for the YouTube end of the table. Just got to set that up real quick and then we're good to go. In the meantime, if you guys have got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Typically the best time to ask me questions is when I am racking up the balls. So right now, if I'm at the table and I'm talking through what I'm doing, typically I won't be able to focus on the chat. So yeah, ask your questions when I'm not at the table. All right, so that should be lit up as well. Perfect. Let's reset that. Reset that. Right, so let's get going. When's my next match? My next match is tomorrow. So I've got a match here tomorrow. It will be live, providing the guy doesn't cancel or I don't cancel. I was about to break then and realised that I hadn't set the balls up. Yeah, providing neither of us cancel, good to go for tomorrow at 1:30 PM UK time. Do I stream daily? No, but I will be streaming more in the future. I mean, I was going to announce it when I got it going, but I'm actually going to start streaming on Kick as well. So if any of you are on there, the goal is to basically have, and it's not a goal, it's what will happen, TikTok, YouTube, stream here for a couple of hours, then get a camera posted on the side of the table that looks down on the sideways angle, and stop the TikTok, YouTube streams and stream on Kick for an hour or two on there. So just have, like, not too many cameras going at once, basically. So if you guys are wanting to do that, I'll give you the info on my Kick account once I've set it all up. And then we're good to go. Okay, so we've got a red, we've got a yellow. What are you doing in this situation? No, not EPA rules. I play international rules or black ball rules, one of the two. Today I'll play international rules, but I can flip between. What would you guys do, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. And then I'll let you know what I would do. Okay, so a few answers, a couple of people saying reds, most people saying yellows. I'll tend to agree with the people saying yellow here. If you look at the bad balls on the table, I think a lot of people will tend to look at the good balls, like this. This is a really good red, right? Not necessarily. Look for the bad reds, don't look for the good reds. And then look for the bad yellows, don't look for the good yellows, right? This is not a great red because you cannot pot it in that corner. You have to land over here to pot it in this middle pocket. You could do that, say if you land here and you pot that and land here, you can get to that. But then this red, it only goes in this corner. Really, you're limited by this red and this red only going in here or here. Whereas with yellows, the only real problem with yellows, there isn't. It's that this ball you'd have to play first. If you play it and get around to where it is now, it's a fairly easy finish on yellows if you're in this exact spot after potting that ball. So let me pot that ball and then I'll hopefully... God, I'm going to miss this now. Bridging over, first shot of the day. All right, let me make this ball and then I'll talk about what I'm going to do. That red, but it's fine. Got away with it. All right, so now I'm in a position where if I don't clear the table, I'll be pretty upset. So the finish is probably something like this ball. You want to get this one out of the way because it's on a slightly bad angle. It's the wrong side of the table in relation to where these yellows are. Again, a lot of beginners will probably go for this ball because it's over a pocket. But that means that you're going to have to get back into a position like this to be able to play that ball in the future. You could land here, but you're moving away from the yellows and the blacks. So this ball's first. That then leads me this. Second, third, fourth, fifth, top spin through black, sixth. So shouldn't be too difficult, but no doubt I'll make a mountain out of a molehill. Always take care, even though it's an easy pot, just take care where the white's going to go. I don't want to be too low on these yellows. I want to be kind of in this area. A little bit low, so it just changes the way I'm going to pot these last three, I think. I might be playing that one second and this one third. No, I'm not. Or am I? I could. I've got a choice. No, I'm going to play middle first. And then all I've got to do, just pick a spot. I could try and come this side of the red. I could just play this side, but I risk if I overhit that and end up here, I'm in trouble. So I'm going to try and land on this side of the red. Try and go up here. Bottom right hand side. Okay, first one of the day, first clearance. 1-0, good stuff. Okay. Welcome to the live stream, anyone who's new. Welcome back, anyone who's been here before. Watching from the Philippines, awesome, man. Reds are harder, go for reds. I think it's not necessarily good to practice like that though, because you wouldn't do that in a match. I get what you're saying, test yourself, maybe go for the harder colour, because it's going to make you a better player, but it isn't necessarily the case. Often when you get to, because if say you're in a match, you would never do that in a match. So you always want to make practice replicable to what you do in a match. Root and adapt as you go. Cheers, Paul. Appreciate that, mate. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time, buddy. Oh, not a great split on that one. So this is an example of a frame where you probably wouldn't go for a clearance. So I did this the other day. I'm going to scrap the fact that I'm trying to get frames here. Or do I try and go for a clearance? I mean, there's a 10% chance maybe of clearing this. There's a chance. You know what? Because there's a chance, I'll go for it. The key is basically getting these two yellows out. You can't go reds because you don't have a first ball. All right, so with yellows, really, a lot of people would play this yellow first, but I think this is an insurance ball. You leave this as a backup in case you mess up on these two. So I think you probably play this ball first and try and get up here for this ball second. This is the key ball that will get you going into these two. So you try, or is it? Yeah, hang on. Let me just pot a couple of balls here. I might even miss this, but let's see. Not high enough. That's annoying. Or is it? Slightly annoying, but even cutting this now, I can go into them. Okay, so the goal here is to not pot the black, basically. Okay, so I know I'm on that side of that yellow, but I don't love it. So what I mean about this being like a tough clearance, I've got a plant. It's kind of stranding this yellow, but I might have to play this now. My intention with that was to leave myself here. If I'd left the cue ball here instead of running to here, I could have played that and gone into these two yellows. But I've got to play a plant now, so just trying to hit this straight into that yellow, basically. A little bit unfortunate, but anyway, that's an example of a frame that you wouldn't go for a clearance anyway. So, yeah, 10%, 5% chance, but here's what it is. All right, let's try and get a better split. Let's try and time this break a little bit better now. Again, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. Let's go. What's the clear thing? This protects the area you break from. So you better break from cloth burn, or those white marks that you get on the table when you break. All right, write down in the chat, what colour would you go for, reds or yellows? You got one of each. It's an open table regardless of what goes down. So what are you going here, reds or yellows? This is a 50-50, I would say. This is a real 50-50. You could see reasons why you'd go either. It's which one you're more confident in developing. Basically, this is the problem, right? Everything else, these two reds, that's good. This one's not great. That's not great. So you've got two that are quite difficult to pot, but they're not terrible. This is the bad situation. So what you've got to do with yellows, you've either got to land here, pop that and go into it, or try and land in behind it to put it there, or in the middle. With this red's bad. You can only land here, which you're not going to do from any of these reds. So what you would likely do is land somewhere like this, hit that. But if you hit that, if you don't hit the yellow, you have to move the yellow. If you hit the red and you push the red to here, reds are terrible. So I'm leaning towards yellows because I think less could go wrong with trying to develop this yellow than if you try and develop this red. Or do I just play that red straight away and go into it? Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting, this. Let's go yellows. Let's go yellows. So, too much. I didn't want to pot these two now, but I'm forced into it. Okay, so I've got the shot. I've got this shot to be able to either land here or break that yellow out. I want to leave this ball. Again, a lot of beginners will take this ball because it's easy, but I want to leave that as a backup, an insurance ball. I'm going to go into these two because I want to be playing this at pace to break into these two, separate them, knowing that I should leave the cue ball where this yellow is to be able to pot that yellow. So a little bit of bottom left-hand side. Okay, so I've got that separation, left myself on the ball I thought I would. It's not a super easy pot because of this red, and I'm not on this yellow, so I'm going to have to play that. The good thing about it is I can just leave the cue ball where that yellow is, knowing I can take that yellow into this corner. So it's not terrible. It's just a little bit of awkward bridging. So I want to have this shot next, ideally, on that yellow. Okay, and now it's just a case of potting this yellow. I've got to avoid this red, which is very difficult to do. I don't know if I can avoid that red. But basically I have to try and avoid the red or flick it and land here. I have to be this side, so if I put my cue there, if I am this side of my cue, that's a bad angle for this yellow to get on the black. I need to be on this side of my cue, and that's a good angle to get into that position. So one more good shot, try and avoid that red or just flick it. I think I might be able to avoid it. Just. And then it's just a case of a little bit of backspin, slightly below centre, end up where the chalk is. Cool. All right, let's go. 2-1. 2 and 1. Again, if you guys have got any questions, appreciate that, EOP. How easy do you find it adjusting to different tables? It can take me a while, but it really depends. It depends on the cloth more than anything. I'm a bit weird. There's a few factors that take me a while to get used to. One of them being cloth colour. I struggle on certain cloth colours. But yeah, it can take me a little while to adjust. Half an hour of practice on a new table and I should have the hang of it though, I'd like to think. Thanks, Atom. Good cue for beginners. Link to the best cue is in my bio on my website. Go on the Ultimate Pool Master Cue, that's the best one. Okay, another good split. Pretty happy with the break so far today. Write down what you would go for, reds or yellows. Have you still got your sponsors? So the one on the back of my shirt, no, they had to pull out, which is why I have advertising space available on the back of my shirt. I should be wearing a t-shirt right now that says advertising space available. But I have space available on the back of my shirt, on this end of the table, on that end of the table, and my TV during my head camera videos. So if you've got a business you think would benefit from having exposure to around 10 to 15 million people per month, shoot me a message on TikTok or Instagram. All right, so yeah, first thing you can see, there's no yellow to go for. This red isn't great, but it's not as bad as the rest of the yellows. So if the cue ball was somewhere like here, I might consider yellows, but where it's over here, you've got to go reds. So this is likely going to be first ball. Yeah. I really hate this red. This is going to be the problem red because it doesn't go past that yellow. So in fact, it's going to have to be moved. You're going to have to move that. Does it go past here? Oh, that's a very small gap, but it does go past there. All right, let's see what I'm left with. I think, right, let me just pop this ball first. Go into it from this ball now? No. All right, let me just pop this ball first, see what I'm left with. Okay, so what I want to do with this ball, ideally, come up to around here, because then I can play that ball in that corner. I can't go into that red now because this yellow's in the way. Mm, 2 inches further would have been nice. It's not great. I want it to be straight, I want it to be there. This is now a little bit awkward. Where is this going? Okay, so still not perfect. And I'm still in a position where this has to be moved or I have to land on it here. But even then the black doesn't go anywhere. So make this shot, try and get past this red to an angle like that. If I can, I leave a decent angle on this, either to cut it into the middle. So what I'm trying to do is play top spin through to around here. I don't like that angle, I have to be here, which is impossible from where this red is. I might actually be in a situation like this. If I land here, I play that red as a double into there and spin the cue ball into the black to hopefully leave the red in the middle. There's quite a low percentage chance that I clear up from here, but we'll see. Could go into it now, actually. I think I've got to try and go into this red now. This is very missable. Got to try and break it out though. Oh, that's so annoying. Got it perfect. I thought I had the pot as well. So what I would have done, that's irritating. Should have had that. Should have had it. Ugh. Yuck. Okay, so 2-2. I'll take it though, it's fine. It would have gone on in the tournament table, that would have gone in. That's all I'm saying. Again, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Be here for another, I'm not going to say 45 minutes maybe? Don't know. We'll see. Rattle, rattle, yep, indeed. So again, nice split. We're looking for an easy first ball. As much as I want a yellow, because I think yellows aren't terrible, got to go reds again. But reds are not easy either. If I had a yellow to go for, I'd go yellows. If I had one yellow to go for. If the cue ball were here, I'd be going yellows all day here. You've got to land here for this red at some point. Or here for a plant. But I don't love this red then. Yeah, this is not easy. This is not easy. I think try and go down there first shot. Try and move them around a little bit. Let's see it. Just do something cool. That didn't work at all. It's made it 10 times worse. Alright, so get your thinking caps on. How are we clearing these reds? This red, I don't like playing it in this middle because it means the cue ball's going to be roughly where that red is because you can't play it hard. So the cue ball's going to finish. So for example, say I pop that ball and I leave the cue ball there. If I then have that as my next shot, with the pace that I play that into that middle pocket, I can't get anywhere better than there. And that's leaving me no shot on any of these three. So what I've got to do instead is pop that, leave the cue ball here, play a cross double into here, and that allows me to then move into this area at least. It's not a guarantee of a finish, but it's giving me a chance of getting into the right area. Just want to screw back from this red slightly to leave a good angle for the cross double. Oh, hand position's terrible. Okay, so the cross double angle is okay, I think. Just about get the white out of the way. If I can screw into the black here, I'll be very happy. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Perfect. Okay, I'll take that. So now pop that, land here. Oh, God, I don't love this. This is tight work now. This is very tight work. You can't make a mistake. If I land there. Okay. So I've left an angle on this red to the middle to hopefully be able to bounce off that cushion and land there. If I end up with that shot on there, that then leaves me to come over here to play the black in the same corner. Bit of topspin off this one. I'll take that one. That shot into the black was one of the best ones I've played all week. I'm happy with that one. Might have to clip that. Appreciate the likes, follows and shares, guys. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Price for a good pool table. I mean, this table's $17.50 roughly. Again, another good split. Get a ball. Come on, yellow, go in. Right. Again, these splits, this is ideally like, if you get this in a match and you're breaking like this, where all the balls are breaking and splitting really nicely, oh my God, it's like gold dust. Very rarely does this happen. So again, write down your colour. You could go for either. Which one do you think is easier? Reds or yellows? And then again, don't just look at the easy first shot, look at which one's hard to pot. Where's your problem ball? So let's look at the problem balls. This yellow isn't great. Doesn't go in this corner. Doesn't really go anywhere. You can land on here maybe to play it into there, but that's traveling into the black then, it's just not great. That yellow's okay. This yellow's fine. All right, now let's look at reds. The main issue with reds is the first ball. That's the first ball. This red is likewise not great, but if you... Hang on. I'm leaning towards reds here, and I don't know why. I'm leaning towards reds. All right, let's go reds, see if we can make it. It's the first shot on reds which is putting me off. That's the first shot, that's the second shot, and then you've got to figure out those 5. If I can make this first shot, we'll see. Leave me that. Wow, that's bad. Needed to be here for that second. That could come back to be a problem, but we'll see. I'm on this ball, which is good. Because what I can do, I'm not too worried now. What I can do here is hopefully, oh, do I need to? Yeah, I need to move the black for this red. This red's still a problem. So what I'm going to try and do here is pop this and just nudge the black. I don't want it to go over to here. I just want it to go here. Because what that does, it opens up the plant, this ball onto this ball next. So a little bit of backspin on this, just to flick the black. Right, so all that's done, the black goes in the corner, which is key, but I can now pop this onto this if I want to, or at least that ball goes into that in the future. But you can see the problem, getting back to this red, it was always going to be an issue. I think what I've got to do, right, let's look. It's a bit of a puzzle now because of this red and these 2 yellows aren't in an ideal place to be able to land perfect on that red to get back. So, just want to be a bit careful, basically. So I'm taking my time because I don't want to mess this up, if you're wondering why I'm playing slow. I want to get rid of these 2 reds first, I think. Because they're below the black, they're this side of the black, it doesn't make sense to leave them till last. You're probably going to want to leave one of these 3 as last ball. Okay, let's screw back to there, if I can. That needs to slow down. That needs to slow down. It's meant to be there. And this is where it starts to go downhill. That was not a good shot. Need a good recovery shot here. I basically wanted to be here so that I could pop that and then land here to be able to pop that and get down to here for that. That was the objective there, and just overhit that. It's not the end of the world, but it's just not easy now. Okay, how do you get back into position? I've got to play this now, I think. Got queuing over this yellow. Got to play it. Don't go behind there. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. Get a bounce. Need a bounce. Right. Now, do I get greedy and try and top through to here, or do I just take my medicine and screw back to here? It's a difference of this much. I'm going to top. Get greedy. Let's go. Paul. Appreciate that, mate. All right, we're on 4 and 2. Getting a little bit of rhythm today, which is good. Finally. It's only taken me 4 days. Can you explain how to pot doubles? It's difficult to do when you can't see the whole tape. If you were stood next to me, it would be very easy to demonstrate how to do a double. But it's very difficult to do when you're not at the table. Thank you for the gift, Shivan. Much appreciate that. Yeah, so I would say the best thing to do is probably a YouTube video. Because they have access to cameras around the table. Plus, people use different techniques for the doubles. Thanks for the gift, Tom. Appreciate that, mate. All right, let's go. Who's throwing a gift? Throwing in a gift if I get a clearance now. Let's see it. Again, another split. Perfect. If I could bottle this break right now, oh, I'd be happy. I'd be a happy person. Okay, again, write down the colour. What colour are you going for, reds or yellows? Focus on the problem balls. Don't focus on the easy balls. Reds or yellows, what are you going for? I think there's only one answer here. If you look at that, that should give you an idea of what ball not to go for. Loads of you are writing reds, but you can even look at that and say the same thing. Where's that yellow going? And where's that yellow going? Right? This is first yellow. Where's that red going? Sorry. This is first yellow. You then move up table, figure out these 5, pot the black. Should be game over. The hardest thing about this will be the first shot. Make it land in a position like this. All should be okay. We'll see. It's not terrible. Landing on this one's going to be slightly problematic because of this red, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. That is bad. That's so bad, it's amazing. It's amazing how bad that is. Oh my god, what is that? First really bad shot of the day. Just careless. Wanted to be here for the next shot. Ugh. Alright, what'd you do here then? Come on, get yourself out of this mess. That's bad. That is bad. Don't really have anything I can do. The only thing I'm seeing is try and hit that into that and pot it. I don't have any kind of double or treble. There's not a shot. There is not a shot. In fact, I don't like playing that one. I prefer playing this one because I can judge the angle better. Try and cut that to pot that. Go in. Oh my god. Look at the position. Unreal. But I shouldn't be in that situation anyway. Like, there's no way, no reason why I should be there like that. Terrible. All right, we move on. Forget about it. It's done. Let's get another easy clearance on the board. Okay, so 4-3. Cheers, Paul. Appreciate that, mate. I don't really follow the snooker, if I'm honest. I haven't really seen who's playing. Again, another split. I don't mind. Only problem with this one, no ball down, but it's not. I mean, I'll practice from a dry break anyway. Again, write down the colour in the chat. What are you going for? There's only one answer. Reds or yellows? This is English pool for anyone who doesn't know. But yeah, what are you doing? Reds or yellows in this situation? Yeah, reds all day. There's no way you're going yellows in this situation. These two reds aren't great, but they're not absolutely terrible. This is probably my least favourite red. I think you can play that quite early. Let's just have a look. You could cross double this into here and go straight into those two. Could. Or I could just play it safe, play this one, and then land on this one. I'm going into them. Terrible shot. Again, that double should have been absolutely nailed on. All right, 2 bad shots in 2 frames. Got to forget about it though, otherwise I'll start playing bad the whole practice. So trying to get that out of my mind. I think I focused too much there on hitting the 2 reds to break them up. Just didn't give any attention to the double. So play on the team. Yeah, so I play on a Tuesday night on just a local team. We're actually reigning champions of our division, so happy days. All right, that is 4 all. So 4 clearances from the break and 4 missed clearances from the break. Let's get another good split and a ball down. Any reason why you don't use a normal triangle? Yeah, the smart rack is so much better at racking the balls tightly. I'll show you why after this frame. Good split, bad break though. Cue ball just way out of control. All right, so you've got ball in hand, 1 shot behind the line. What colour are you going, reds or yellows? Do I cut break? No. My problem with my cut break, I'll use it if I start foul breaking like I just did. The problem with my cut break is I tend to bunch all of the balls in this area. And so where I like to play attacking, that then leads me to not be able to attack. All right, again, reds or yellows, what are you going for? So I see a lot of people writing yellows. The one thing I don't like about yellows is this yellow. If I can figure out a way to land on that yellow, so you could, actually I'm not too worried, you can land there, play that. Yellows are the smart choice, but reds, if you play this red here, and you come here and you hit that red out of the way, because these are currently the 2 bad reds, if you come off with this red first shot and go into that and move it to say here, the reds are so much easier to finish than where the yellows are right now. So it's, again, me being me, I love looking at that red up there. Anyone with their right mind would go yellows here, but I'm going reds for a challenge. Try and move this red with this first shot. I'm going to regret this, I know it. Don't move it on the cushion. I mean, I've moved it, but it's not great. I can screw back into it now, though, hopefully. And just push it towards the middle pocket. Okay. And all that's done is left me this ball, and now that's in a position I can play it. So. Okay, so the finish is 1 to where the black is, 2 to there, 3, which gets me up there, 4, black. So this is the last red. So I'll leave the chalk where I want this to go. Something like that. Could have done with an inch more, just because now I've got to screw back to here. Just leaves a little bit of a longer blade. That's a bad miss. Should have had that. Did all the hard work. Did all the hard work. 3 frames in a row where I've had 3 bad misses. Alright, can't dwell on it though. Can't dwell on it. Yeah, I know, I went for the safety. Link to the tables in my bio on my website. That's something. Yeah. So someone asked why this is better than, if I can find it, why this is better than this. So this is your standard triangle. Now, what happens with a regular triangle, and you'll probably find this when you're in a pub, you go to rack the balls like that. When you lift that up, what tends to happen, I don't know if you can see them moving, what happens is one of these 3 balls, one of those 3 balls moves because the triangle is is lifting up against it. And if you get a triangle like that and you lift it, if that front ball moves away, not like that far, but if it moves away by a mil from the pack, this is probably going to split like a dream, but I'll just show you what happens if you've got separation from these 3. 100% this is going to split so nice. It splits so nice. Alright, anyway. Sometimes they split really nicely. Very rarely does that happen. A lot of the times, and you'll probably find it when it's on a table that hasn't got a nice cloth, is what happens is like 1 or 2 balls move away from the triangle and they don't split up. Whereas with the Smart Rack, because you eliminate the, what do you call it? Because when you move it forwards like this, because you don't have to lift it up and you just push it forwards, you don't disturb any of those 3 balls. And you can take it around with you, you can strap it to your cue case and take it to the pub if you need to, or hook it on your table. You can get that in my TikTok shop. And that's my sales pitch done for the day. Let's crack on. What cloth is it? Strachan Superfine. Go in, Red. Right. Quick thinking this frame. Let's go yellows, see what happens. That wasn't a very clever shot. Give me a shot on it. Stop. No. Oh, man. That's annoying. That's annoying. All right, now I'll take this one more seriously. Let's go. If you guys got any questions, again, feel free to ask. So cue through the ball. Try not to stab at the ball, Albert. It's probably what's happening is you're not following through with the cue. So when you hit the ball, basically when you deliver spin on the cue ball, what you don't want to have happen, this will be the only like lesson or only tip I'll give in terms of like actual cue ball control and how to play a shot. Let's say if you've got a shot which requires spin like this, say you need to land on the black, which is here, right? And you need to play that with bottom right hand side. Which gets you there and lands you perfect on the black. Say you're on a shot like that, what you'll notice is the follow through. You see how I've gone through about that far past my hand? Players who stab at the ball, a bit further away. If you stab at the ball like this, A, you don't get enough reaction. Often if that's over a bigger distance, so say it's over here this time, if you hit the ball and stab at it, often the spin has already finished by the time it gets to the red. So the spin has already taken, the white's kind of swerved, it's hit the red. You saw how it kind of went off to the left? It's because the spin had taken place before it hit the red. What you wanted to do was follow through with the shot. It's a bad angle, like, I'm not trying to land on the black, but if you follow through with it, then you can get, the spin takes place when it hits the red versus before it gets to the red. Hopefully that makes sense. I think that was the question you were asking anyway. No worries, man. The brake pad is in my TikTok shop. Again. Basically, all of the products you can see, apart from the table, are in my TikTok shop. And the cue. So, the brake pad, the smart rack. What else is on there? Forget what else is in there, actually. There is other stuff. Alright, let's get back to it. How many times do I play a day or a week? I try and play at least 4 times a week. But it's been a bit of a crazy time recently. But I haven't played as much as I want to. Tip on 16 started. Nice one, man. Good luck with it. Okay. Alright, again, go back to colour choice. What are you going for? Reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. How many do I play in a day? Just once. And it might be 2 to 3 hours. The black cloth protects the grey area when you drop the grey cloth when you drop the balls in the triangle. This is a 50-50. There's bad balls all over the place. I think the problem with reds, you're looking at that as a first shot into there, which is really difficult. The problem with yellows, I hate that yellow. I don't love that yellow, but that's a really bad ball. However, if you land there at some point, you can go into it with bottom left-hand side. So I think I've got to go yellows here. Don't know where I'm going to be landing after this first shot. I know I can't go red. The cue ball was travelling over to here, and you can see if I land there, I'm in no man's land. So let's try and know what I'm going to do here. Don't know what I'm doing here. Just trying to roll past the black just slightly. Just to leave that shot to the corner if I can. Overrun it. I want it to be there so I can play that into that corner, but just overran it. I can still play this actually. I'm not mad about it. And the red was always going to throw the cue ball this way. It's annoying I can't put that down there, but got to rely on my good old cross double, my good old friend, the cross double. So pop this ball in here, and then pop that ball in here and go over here and maybe try and go into the red, we'll see. The key here is to leave the cue ball where that yellow is whilst making the shot. So good angle on the cross double. Let's have a look at where this cue ball's travelling. Okay, I'm not too mad if I go into this red, but I'm trying to avoid this red because I want to miss the face of it. If I can then hit here and go into that yellow, I'll be very happy. But I'm trying to pop this into here with left-hand side. Or treble it. Go in. Oh, that's irritating. I thought I got lucky, but I've kind of got lucky and unlucky at the same time. I've got to play a double. Have to play a double. This is like a 1 in 50 clearance now. If I was on a different cloth, I'd probably play into there and try and go into that, but it's just no value. I'm not leaving myself a shot on this. I have to play a double on this now. Okay, so I've got a good angle on this. It's this ball. Where's that going? Don't go anywhere. Does not go anywhere. So I've got to try and go into it. I don't think I can, but I've got to try. Let's see how I can. Tell you what, there might be a shout for a treble on it now. I don't think the spin is going to take the way I want it to. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. All right, I'm trying to play a treble into here. Oh, where's this yellow going? Fine. I'll take that. I'll take that finish. I might have to clip that. That's getting pinned. You're right, Jordan. It is getting pinned. Oh dear. When in doubt, just pop balls. Don't worry about it. Chase the clearance, exactly. I don't think I've had a clearance like that in a while. Cheers, Paul. If you could please get on my TikTok and YouTube channel and just like that video when I post it, that'd be amazing. Cheers, Harry. Appreciate that, mate. All right, let's go again. I know it's not 5-4, but I'm counting it as 5-4. Again, another good split. Need a ball, need a ball. Something go in. That's annoying. All right, reds or yellows? What are you doing? Thanks, Calm Field. Appreciate that. Appreciate the gift, Lewis. Thank you. Yeah, what colour are you going here? Reds or yellows? Right in the chat. I don't think you can go yellows. These two yellows are terrible. With reds, I'm not too... like, this one isn't in a great position, but it's fine. This is the worst red on the table, 100%. So when and how do you get on that? It's probably the last ball before the black if you do play it, if you do go reds. With yellows, yeah, it's just these two I don't love. You could land behind them to try and get into this pocket or this pocket. Like if you try and get here from maybe this ball, but the cue ball's not in a great place for that anyway. Yeah, oh shit. Sorry guys on TikTok, making me verify the TikTok making me verify the live again for no reason. It's really, really annoying. But that's why you should all watch from my YouTube channel. What? Didn't say anything. Okay, we're back. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying with the yellows, it's these two bad balls. So I think I prefer trying to get onto that ball than I do trying to get onto these two. Okay. How do I get on that last red? Which ball do I use to get on that last red? That's the question. These two are next. Or are they? Yeah. That ball. I've got to land straight on that basically to the corner. So the order 1, 2, 3. If I land with an angle like this on that, I could potentially play that into the middle. But if I land straight on it, I'll play to there, play that top through to the top corner, play the red into the top left, and then the black into this middle. So again, I'm going to be pretty straight on this. Just top through by an inch or two. That's not a good angle. I know that's not going to be a good angle. Terrible. Oh, that's bad. Half a centimetre more and I'm fine. I might be able to cheat this, but I'm going so close to the red. If I can flick the left edge of the red, or the right edge of the red, no, left edge, my left edge. If I can flick that edge, I should be on it, but it's whether I can do that, I don't know. Alternatively, I try and land here and play it into that corner, but I hate that. God, I hate this. I'm trying to go into it. That's the problem with just 1 inch out of position. That was the issue. All right, now I've got 2 choices. 3 choices. Try and double it into left middle. I don't mind those shots, but the cue ball's a bit out of control. Cross double it into this corner, which I don't love. Or play into that cushion, try and put it in there, leave the black. And that's the most control, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. Now this is, I know people will probably see that as like a, wow, that's a good shot. That shot was probably easier than this shot. So if I make this, I'll be very happy. I'll take that. Cool. Appreciate the likes, shares, and whatnot, and follows on TikTok. Appreciate the likes and subs on YouTube. If you've got any questions, again, best time to ask me is when I'm at the table. Cheers, Kai. What are we doing, reds or yellows? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go for the colour that gets the most votes. So write the colour down, and I have to go for the one that gets the most. And that's across 2 platforms. That's across YouTube and TikTok. Fast start for red, so we're on TikTok. Wow, so many people writing reds. Everyone's writing reds, so we're going reds. What do I think of 9-ball? I like 9-ball. I don't play it enough, really, but I like it. With reds, I think the first shot is either that one to get on that one, or that one to get on that one. Got a choice here. This is obviously the last ball based on where the black is. Could play this a few ways. This is often something that people will, or often this is when some people mess up, is when they overthink it. There's about 5 ways you could go about doing this. I'm actually looking at this last. I just prefer that. Don't know. You're going to land on a funny angle on this. You're probably going to have to take it top left. Yeah, I'm going to leave this till last. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. So, I don't mind these shots where I try and come up cushion to land here for that into the corner. Actually, I've come too far. I needed to be here, so I've got to now play this over to here and leave the black in there. Take that. Where do I hit where breaking? Just below centre of the cue ball, middle of the front ball. Yeah, that was an easier one, that one. But it was from a foul break, so they're always good to practice though. If you pop the white on the break, just try and go for a reverse clearance, because often you'll get in a situation where your opponent fouls and you need to then know how to clear up. Where's the remote? Right, we're on 7. Wow, okay. 3 back to back. It's been a while, but I've had 3 break clearances or reverse clearances in a row. How much of a percentage is skill? 90%. Okay, again, write down reds or yellows. Let's hear it. Sorry guys on YouTube if that just cut out there. Hang on a second. Okay, so I think the majority are saying yellows. Can't really see a red to go for. Or can I? I haven't really looked properly, to be fair. No, there's no real easy red. There is no red. So I've got that easy starting yellow up there, which would suggest I'm going to play those 3 first. These 3, then the black, which I don't mind. So let's see if we can figure out an order. So I'll grab the other cue ball if I can find it. Which I cannot. Did I throw it under the table? Yeah, I did. All right, so the exact order of these yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably there for 6, and then back up there for the black 7. an angle on this ball to do the finish I wanted, it would have been there. It just means that this is the last ball. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then up there for the black. Oh, bad angle. I need to bounce. I've been playing for about 33 years now, on and off. I think that's 4 in a row. How are we doing, Mario? Good to see you, mate. Good to see quite a few of you on YouTube. It's attacking 8 ball, same as this. Currently 400 of you on TikTok and 300 of you on YouTube, which is good to see. We'd have to go soon though because my other half's on the way home and I've got to make dinner. All right, let's go. That's 8 and 4. I just need 2 more clearances and then I've beaten the, probably the record actually. No, I've done 10 and 1. Stream. All right, Kai, appreciate that, mate. Some tricks, can you teach me? Difficult to do in the live. But if you watch if you subscribe, Millie, hopefully I'll have some videos posted soon. All right, so yellows are the ball, I think, but this one is really stranded. The main reason why, I don't love reds. Maybe I've got to play reds actually. I just don't know where the black is if I go reds. I've got them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of where the black is on the reds. So we're going yellows. So I think I've probably got to try and get on that yellow from here. Play this shot and then try and get it from that yellow. Alright, so the angle I've got on that, left hand side, I can spin off here. Try and go here, but I'm going dangerously close to that corner. If I can hit this red, I'm going to try and aim to hit this red. That would be absolutely ideal. Leave the cue ball where that red is, it's ideal. Yeah, came too... What did I do there? Put too much left hand side on it. Now it's... No. Now it's probably not a finish. Okay, I've got to try and rely on a little bit of luck here. Take the yellow off the black, screw back to here and play yellow in this corner. Swat. That didn't work. Just hit it too thin. Should have hit it thicker. All right. Okay, 8 and 5. Come on, need a clearance this one. Let's make it. What cloth are you talking about? Lindsay, what cloth are you talking about? The black one or this piece of plastic? Because that's called a racking cloth. If you're talking about this is a racking cloth. It protects the area that you put the triangle. When you drop the balls in the triangle, it creates divots on the cloth, and that's what that prevents. Yeah, it's called a racking cloth. Right, we're going reds. Should be an okay chance of a finish here. It's not a breaking cloth as such, it's called a break pad. Again, that just protects the area that you break from. Where's the black going to go then? Does it go in that corner? I don't like leaving it for that corner, there it goes. No. Needed to be straight. That's a bad shot. It's not the end of the world. I can play this long, but I want it to be here for it. Right, where's the black going then? Same middle. Try and stun into that yellow. This is painful. Oh my god, that's painful. But I've made 3 of these shots today so far, so let's make it 4. Oh, that's so annoying. I could have played it into a half pocket. If I got right behind it, that goes. Just got greedy. That flies into a half pocket. Ugh. Oh dear. Where answer on the postcard, where's this going then? Try and cut it in there. Missing the yellow is going to be the tricky bit here. Or just potting the white straight away, that might be the tricky bit. Terrible. Terrible. Wheels starting to fall off now. I think it's time to call it a day. I just really want to get 10 clearances. Oh no, it's not 9, it's 6. 6 and 6. So bad. So it dropped. Give me an easy yellow. This is not an easy one. I think the first shot I've got to play yellow onto yellow. Hope that that plant creates movement to go up there and dislodge things, but that's missable. That is missable. That's very missable. I'm playing this red yellow, I don't like that at all. This is probably going to leave me no shot on anything. Alright, got a shot on that, I'll break that out if I want it. I think I've got to take it. Split that yellow up from that yellow. Crikey. force at all. Need to flip the black. Oh, why'd you do that? Just roll it in. That's why you don't do that. Just leave the white where the red, yellow is. Leave yourself an easy shot. I'm tired. All right. I think this might be a race to 9. So I'm starting to lose it a little bit. Cheers, Paul. Yeah, just landed wrong side of that yellow. 2 missed blacks back to back. Should have had both. Probably the best break I've hit today. I'd love an easy red, which I've got. I think I'll go reds. Could go yellows, but don't really like where they're laid out. So we'll go reds. Where's the black going? Where is that black going? Stop. Black going there, it does. Flies. It flies in there. Play into this yellow in 2 shots time. Need to avoid this yellow. All right, one more and then I'm going. Appreciate the likes, follows and shares, guys. Be sure to hit that follow button on TikTok, that sub button on YouTube. I'll be posting a replay of this live stream in its full on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it from the start, and bear in mind there was at 5.4, go to the frame that was at 5.4, that made it 5.4. That was like a highlight reel clearance. So when I post this on YouTube, go onto my posted videos and it should be there live as a live stream from the opposite end of the table as well. All right, 9-6, 9-7. All right, what are we doing? Ugh, what a mess. Reds, gotta be reds. What ball's breaking that out? That ball, that's who. I can break it out with that ball, not. Should be a chance for clearance. I need a good angle on that ball though. That's not a good angle, not yet. Alternatively, I could play it from this ball. Oh God, I don't like this now. Don't like it really at all. Okay, I'm going to leave myself a choice. Play into it from that, play into it from that. I've got the choice. That one or that one. I think this one's probably going to be better because I'm moving into the red from that side, whereas if I hit it from this red, it might not break out. So let's play it with this. A lot of power in this shot. That's me done. I'm shooting off. Thanks so much, guys. I got to go and make dinner. Thank you for all the likes, follows, subs, shares. I'm playing a live match tomorrow. So tomorrow at 1:30 PM UK time, and it'll probably run till about something like 5:30 PM. If you want to watch that, be sure to have your notifications on. Follow the channel or subscribe to the channel. Have your notifications on and it will tell you when I go live. But yeah, tomorrow, 1:30 PM UK time. I'm pretty sure it is. It might be 2:30. I'm pretty sure it's 1:30, but let me just double check. Yeah, 1:30 tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate you, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Any questions before I go, guys, feel free to ask. Stay for an extra minute or so. Does your thumb ever hurt? No, my shoulder, actually today, my shoulder just here was hurting and I don't know why, but no, my thumb doesn't normally hurt. I don't think I've ever, maybe I've had it where it's ached before, but it hasn't for years. Any other questions? All right, guys on YouTube, thanks so much for all the subs, all the likes, and be sure to check this video out if you want to see it. Go on my page and it's the whole clearance in its full. Wait till the clearance when it was 5.4. That was the best one out of all of them. But yeah, thanks so much for the subs and for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.